You had 1 point the first half, 19 the second. What was the difference?
My teammates found me. That was the biggest thing. I just found open spots. Kelly and Perry both found me.
Wayne, I know, I think you turned the ball over and Bill's coach was going to pull you. You hit the three, and then you come back off the bench after the game. Did that maybe a little bit of time on the bench settle you down, or?
Not necessarily. I just remain confident. Even before I hit the three, I just knew my next one was going to go in. And I just tried to stay confident.
Kelly, can you talk about how much more comfortable and confident you are now?
Well, when I'm playing with great guys like this to my right, it just makes me just feel comfortable on the court because I know that if I mess up, they're going to pick up for my slack. I try not to mess up, so I'll make their job easier. But just playing with great guys like this kind of helped me out.
With your guys' depth on the on the wing, Wayne, does that kind of help push you a little bit, taking you to another level?
Yeah, I feel like we had a lot of guards that could play, so when you get in there, you just got to give it your all, because you're gonna come out, because we got other guys who's gonna play, and then we just keep it rolling, keep it moving.
Hey, Wayne, what was coming in this game? You guys talked about it a few days ago. What was your mindset or frame of mind as a team? With such a big game coming.
It was a lot. It was a lot on our mind because we were so worried about last game. We thought about last game so much, and it's been haunting us ever since it happened. And we just kept thinking about it. Even when we played other teams, we would get away from it because we were really looking forward to this one.
The game result feel good. The way you guys played.
Definitely. They outplayed us the first time, and I think we played pretty well tonight.
And kind of a follow-up to that, were you guys thinking more in terms of that loss in Ames, or were you guys thinking in terms of the impact this one has on the Big 12?
We weren't thinking about the Big 12 race at all, but we were thinking more so about the loss in Ames and what we did wrong. And the biggest thing was transition buckets. And we tried to limit those as much as we could.
Terry, this was a more wide-open type up-tempo game. Is it the type of game you like and you think your teammates like?
Yeah, definitely. We got a lot of athletes on the team, that like to get up and down. So, when we get the opportunity to do that, so it's good.
Does this feel like the type of game that sets things right for you and it gives you guys that sort of momentum going forward?
Yeah, but we didn't close it out how we wanted to. We didn't take care of the ball well. We didn't close it out how we wanted to, but we did a lot of good things tonight. We got to take those good things and keep it moving.
One more. Perry, how good was Wayne tonight?
He was great. He's always positive, so, I knew he was going to come out and play today, so.
All right, guys, let's break it up.
A lot of those kind of late. What did you guys do differently to take care of that tonight?
Well, to start the game, we initially sent two back, the 1 and the 2 guard. So they did a great job of doing their assignments, like Coach stressed, and pretty much just doing our assignments and getting back and just make sure they don't get any fast breaks. That was our game plan when we were in Ames, and we just didn't follow through with it. So we just made sure to do our job tonight.
Was it more awareness?
Definitely. They scored 30 fast break points on us last game, and we were aware of that. Coach kept beating that in our heads, so we just knew that we had to just get back and make sure they didn't get any fast break points.
This team's ability to find the hot hand. You got going for a while. Brandon got going for a while. Wayne got going for a while. What's it take to kind of be aware of who's going at what particular time?
Well, that's the great thing about our team. We have so many guys that can score the ball, so many guys that can, defend. So when we're on the court, we pretty much just your turn, my turn. If I'm on, I'm on. Pass me the ball. If you're on, I'm gonna pass you the ball because we just respect each other's games and we know that each other can put the ball in the hole. So we find them.
You said the other day you owed them. Was that the mentality of this one?
Definitely. They're only lost in the Big 12 conference right now. So we slipped up in that at Ames. So we just knew that we had to get them back because this is the last time we're gonna see them probably until the Big 12 tourney. So we just knew it was the last time we can get them back right now.
A lot of teams.
And I just stay positive, and my teammates help me stay positive.
Did you feel like you could be doing more though?
Yeah, you always feel you can do more. I feel like I could do more tonight.
You guys started to create a little bit of separation. You're the halfway mark of the conference schedule. How do you feel about the position you're in at 8-1 right now?
It's a good position to be in, but in this league, nothing's given, nothing's easy. So we have to really just focus on one game at a time.
Well, that makes sense that you're going to focus on one game at a time. But the fact that KU has won 10 in a row, is that something you guys are kind of aware of? I guess not. And then you don't want it to be your team that breaks the string? Have you ever talked about that among yourselves?
No, you don't talk about stuff like that because all those teams behind us, in front of us, were different. All those teams were different teams, and we had the same goal as them. Some teams fell short of winning a national championship, but we're not looking at it like that. We're looking at it as coming out and competing and taking it one game at a time.
Wayne, one game where you guys are different is it seems to feed off the three a little bit more. This team really got you guys going tonight. Have you ever? I mean, how important is it for you guys to make outside shots as opposed to some of the past years?
It's not too important because we got shooters and they're gonna fall eventually. The biggest thing is just getting stops, limiting other teams' possessions.
Talking about stops, you guys held Iowa State to 7 3-pointers tonight. What was your guys' mindset and how did you guys do that?
We knew we had to play tight on their shooters and had to try to bluff and get back to the shooters because they got drivers too. So it was difficult to guard them.
Was there any specific player that you guys were focusing on beyond the arc?
You can't with them. You know they all can play.
When you talk about your confidence of shooting the ball, is there any time you're not confident shooting?
Oh no, you can't be. If you do that, that's when you start to miss more. That's when you start doubting yourself. You just gotta think next shot and know the next one's going in.
What do you think? What gets you started? I mean, you have 1 and then 19. Is there a specific thing that you try to do when you're not maybe scoring on the offensive end?
Hustle plays. Even when my teammates make hustle plays, it really energizes me. Like getting stops, getting clutch stops, and getting clutch buckets. When Frank gets in there, when BG hits shots, I feel like I made the shot, so it gives me confidence.
You talked about being haunted by the loss. How bad were you haunted by it?
That whole next day, maybe a little bit after, but had to get on to the next one. And then all those, not really feelings came back, but a sense of urgency came back when we knew we had the next.
So does this qualify as what they call a revenge game for you guys?
No, not necessarily. They're a good team, and we're probably going to see them again. We could possibly see them again. So it can't be a revenge. It can't be a revenge. We just have to look forward to our next game.
Wayne, who's the greatest quarterback of all time?
Tom Brady, without a doubt.